Hi everyone, I'm Emily and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this beautiful yet functional Ikea greenhouse cabinet. The first thing you'll need for this build is a cabinet. There are a lot of options out there, but we decided on the Millsbo cabinet from Ikea. It was the largest one we could find, and since I have a lot of humidity-loving plants, it worked out perfectly. Also, it fit our space perfectly as well. It was really important for this cabinet to be fully functional and automated using our Apple Home kit so we could travel and not have to worry about the plant so much. We were able to find a really cool smart power strip on Amazon, and that worked out great. We also needed lights for the cabinet, of course. We were able to find a really highly reviewed set of 4 on Amazon. We only ended up using 2 in the cabinet, but that was the perfect amount of light for the plants. So the next thing we picked up for this build is a humidifier. Now, there are some builds out there that don't use one, but I wanted to completely be able to control the humidity in the cabinet. Also, this humidifier is 4 liters, so I don't have to refill it very often, maybe once a month at most. Along with the humidifier, you'll also need some fans for the cabinet to keep the air flowing and to prevent mold on your plants. We're using 3 fans in the cabinet right now, which are PC fans, and they hook up to USB, 1 in each chamber of the cabinet, as well as 1 that sits by the humidifier to disperse the humidity. You will also need some way to gauge the humidity and the temperature inside the cabinet. We found this awesome one on Amazon that is Bluetooth, so I can track everything from an app on my phone. You will also need a drill and a hole saw for this build as well. You'll need to drill a hole in the bottom of the cabinet to allow the cords to exit the cabinet and plug in. I recommend getting a hole saw and also a grommet for a nice clean look. We also picked up some washers at the hardware store to create some space between the pegboard and the back of the cabinet. If you don't create this distance, the accessories for the pegboard will not fit inside the pegboard properly. I really wanted this cabinet to have a nice clean look, so I wanted to pick up some cord covers at the hardware store as well. We couldn't find any black ones to match our cabinet, but I picked up some spray paint, and it did take a little bit longer for the spray paint to dry, but it was totally worth it, and you can barely see any cords inside the cabinet, and I'm very stoked about that. To keep the humidity from escaping the cabinet, you will need to pick up some weather stripping as well. We ended up using 2 different sizes of weather stripping. One is an automotive and marine kind that fit perfectly along the outside of the doors. We did have to get something a little thinner to go inside between the doors of the cabinet for it to close properly. We also picked up some command strips at the hardware store along with some cable ties. We used the command strips to attach the cord covers and the lights inside the cabinet. Also, we used the cable ties to attach the fans to the pegboards. First, we put together the cabinet that we got from Ikea. We were able to order it online and just pick it up in store, which was very convenient. While we were in the process of building the cabinet, we did have to drill the holes in the bottom. There are 2 plates you do have to drill through. Then we attached the grommets for a nice clean look. We were able to order the Millsbo cabinet online along with a few accessories. The accessories we picked up were the Scatus pegboards along with some Scatus accessories. I got some cups and some containers that double as shelves. Now, the size of pegboard you'll want to get if you're using a Millsbo cabinet is the 22 by 22 inch pegboards. There are a few different sizes at Ikea, and we made a few mistakes and we had to make a couple returns, but we ended up getting the right ones and they work perfectly. Now, this cabinet came with 3 shelves, but we only ended up using 1 shelf to create 2 chambers inside the cabinet. Next, we attached the lights, the cord covers, and the fans inside the cabinet. We used command strips for the cord covers and the lights. We used cable ties to attach the fans to the pegboards in each chamber of the cabinet. Next, we applied the weather stripping to the outside of the doors to prevent any humidity from escaping the cabinet. After everything was in place, we did a little bit of testing. We let it run for a couple days just to see how consistent we could keep the humidity and the temperature. There is a difference between when the lights are on and when the lights are off, so it is pretty important that you test the cabinet before you put any plants inside. Using the smart power strip we got from Amazon, we were able to connect it with our Apple Home kit, and everything is on a schedule. Our humidifier runs 10 minutes every hour. Our lights come on at 8 a.m. and turn off at 10 p.m. and our fans run consistently throughout the day. It has both USB and power ports, so we can manage everything from our phones. After everything was tested, it was finally time to put plants inside.
Can't remember what it's like, so I need it. It's hard to resist the thing that I missed for so long. Can't remember what it's like, so I need it.
I'm so happy with how this build turned out. It's even better than I pictured it in my head. I love that we're able to control everything from our phones, and it's been about 3 weeks since we finished it and the plants are thriving. So I highly recommend doing this if you're a plant lover and you have a lot of humidity-loving plants. Mine are growing so fast, and I'm so excited to see what the spring and summer bring. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.